Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Lynn. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for taking your time to come over.
Yes, I feel delighted and privileged that we are in this relationship until you choose to end your life.
Thank you. And I am so grateful that I had a doorway to work with a person like you to help me to have a death with dignity.
Yeah. Would you be willing to tell us a little bit about your background with your MS?
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Okay.
Sure.
How long ago were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed, I'm 76 now. I was diagnosed when I was 66, and I was having symptoms off and on for a few years before that, but I had a very stressful situation, and the symptoms just blew up, and my life changed. I was all of a sudden really not able to walk. I was very dizzy and had to really look at my life in a way where I was inactive for the first time, and it was very devastating.
Right, because you've been super active all your life.
Active, camping, backpacking, hiking every day, and all of a sudden I couldn't do that, and it was shocking and life-changing.
And how, 10 years later, how is it clear to you you're coming to your end at this point in time?
For 10 years, I just tried so hard to do everything I could to help myself. And all of the modalities that I used were incredibly helpful to me, but none of them did anything to decrease any of my symptoms. I kept progressing, sliding downhill consistently. And in the last year or so, I've been unable to move my legs, move my feet. I've been so dizzy, living alone still, with huge help from family and wonderful friends, but really feeling every day that I just was on the edge of being able to take care of myself, and what was I going to do? And about 5 weeks ago, I had hurt my arch. I couldn't really walk, and I twisted it. And as a result, my legs started jerking at night. And I went into the bathroom one night, and my leg jerked up about 4 feet and threw me on the floor. And I didn't have my phone close by, and I sat on the floor all night. And in the morning, when my friend found me, my body had completely tightened up and stiffened up, and I could no longer use my legs at all. And I went to the hospital, and they sent me to a skilled nursing facility where I just languished. No one paid any attention. And then my sister came and managed to get home health care. She's been wonderful helping me. But my legs are not moving. I have more lesions in my brain. And it's just become obvious at my age, now 76, that I can't sit up really, I can't move my body, and that it was really time to think about what could I do.
And it seems like the trend for you with MS has been every time you lose a capacity to either walk or have balance, to execute a certain function, when it goes and doesn't come back.
Yes, it does. And in all the readings I've done about MS, that's what happens as you get older, and as the progression of the disease becomes deeper and deeper. And even though I have a huge vitality for living, my body is moving towards degeneration all the time because of my age and the way this disease seems to spiral downward as it progresses. And then the next thing is I can't use my hands, I can't lift my head, I can't feed myself. And right now I can't move at all. I'm in bed with Depends. I have to be moved. And I had always thought from the beginning that if there was a time that I could not take care of myself, and it was obvious that I would be bedridden, I always thought then that I would stop eating. And when I got to this place this time and contacted hospice, I was surprised and delighted to find that New Mexico is a state that offers the opportunity to end my life with a medicine that is so humane.
And does that mean you didn't, having lived here for 20-some years, maybe 30 years or 40, you didn't know that the law had passed in June of 21?
I knew that it had passed, but because California's law was so much stricter, I had no idea that New Mexico was a state that offered a different plan that would be much easier for me to find out about and to be able to use to help myself. And I was able to find that out by being in touch with palliative care, who got me to Lynn, which has been a godsend in learning about my options and that I am eligible for this because I've done everything I can and I can no longer move around, and the idea of living this way, it's not a lifestyle, it's a transition as far as I'm concerned. So I don't have the money, I don't have the intention to live in this form. It's not a life to me. So I'm just so grateful that I have an option, that I don't have to stop eating, and that I can die with dignity.
I'm so happy for you too.
Thank you.